Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Little YDBT Daily coming at you on a Thursday. That's right, Thursday YDBT Daily. We're on for about an hour, maybe more, depending on how the show is going. We'll talk a little bit about what's been going on in the automotive and racing, not necessarily racing world. We could talk so much stuff. We could talk the Dragon Drive 6 Summer, a stupid name, Snitch Summer, where you drive your post Clean Air Act vehicle around 1,000 miles to let everyone know that you're breaking the law and you're a shop owner. Congratulations on participating in that. We'll talk about how awful it is to watch that with Cletus fans. Like, you want to watch a live stream that is absolute mind-boggling AIDS, watch it with Cletus fans on the stream. You will immediately shut it off, shut off the chat, and just hate yourself. I'm also going to talk about Tesla now joining up with GM to allow them to charge at Tesla superchargers. Interesting development there. We're also going to talk about why Gen Zers love to go to Sideshows and get their pants blown off by a charger. Like, I guess growing up, when I go to a race, I expect to see racing. When a Gen Zer, I guess, or a young dumbass from the hood goes to one of these sideshows, it's almost like, let's see who can almost get hit. And when someone gets hit, killed, paralyzed, or their pants get blown off, they're shocked. Oh, man, oh no. What do you mean, oh no? Some guy's doing donuts in the middle of the intersection and you get in there. Like, you thought, what'd you think was going to happen? A car's doing out of control stuff, and you get in there and get hit, and you go, oh no, they hit my boy. Oh. Could you imagine putting your hand over a fire and go, oh, my hand got burned. Oh. So we'll talk about all that and all the questions that you guys have, and then we'll, talk a little shit for a little bit. But before we do that, we have Mr. Bill O'Reilly to introduce the show.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
All right, very good. And now we're going to talk about the sponsors, the people that make everything possible. To Auto Solution, Rami Zaidan has been flexing that he owns the fastest half-mile Corvette in Puerto Rico, period. Rami Zaidan, getting it done down there for sure. Race Motive has a bunch of stuff coming up. Look into their Maryland MIR event. They're posting up tech cards. They have like rules, like you can't bully the staff, and there's like fouls. It's crazy. Good stuff. Race Motive. Didn't have performance. Performance.com gave away a shirt the other day, or a hat, whatever the hell you want. Any of your online parts needs, that's where you go. Plain and simple. Partfrom.com just posted today another GT500 that they pieced together from 17 other GT500s, and they're trying to sell it for $70-something thousand. I would just part it out. Get that money. Kong Performance, Greg Kong. We're still waiting for some parts to get tested. In the meantime, I'm doing some testing, getting a bunch of data. Learning a lot about the LS9, how it tunes, especially with cold air stuff. Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com. PMAS, Nick James, PMAS and Calimer Transmission, calimertransmission.com. Calimer Transmission on Instagram. Let me close out this little sponsor tab here. And the people that paid up, thank you very much for paying a brother, and we're good to go. You're good for another month. That's the people that paid. 2000 MCR, Garage Bill Coyote, The Wolf, Louis, Joe Swish, Joe Jackson, Brian Harper. I think it's Brian Harper. Josh Ray, Paul Ponthieu, HDFU grad, D-Rock Fox, Ahmed Al-Harbi, TJ Sikorsky, Garage Bill Coyote, Andy Ali, John Shoemaker, ATX Cobra, Douche did it, Stanley's having an affair, Brian 03 Cobra, RoboStyle, Shades, Delia, Truviate Racing in the house. Gotta love that. He got the day off from making hash browns and well done eggs when you wanted them medium. LG, Cortese, Brian Harper again, half bolted on. Johnny, half bolted on again. Dyson, Caleb, Turviate again. Alex Vallejo, John Shoemaker, Wesley Stewart, Johnny Boy again. 305 RS3, Harley Taquache Mode, Haywood Jablomi's in the house. Joaquin Velasquez, Walter Hoffman, Twitch, Bring Your Wood Screws, Vic, Turviate again, Peter Chow, Ray, Shadow, Boosted, Joaquin, Kellen Stocks, Elver, Galarga, Alex, Slow, Infamous. Turviate is like really busy on the chat. My goodness. Kellen, Kenneth, Jared Wells wants to have a daughter. Fuck me, I saw that post. I don't know why he's my Facebook friend. I'm like, why do you want to have a daughter? Having a daughter is going to be so dope. I'm like, bro, stop posting. Harper, DJ Rodding, Twitch, Boosted, and SK Production in the house. And again, as always, the best way to support the show is to become a member. It's a monthly nut I can rely on so that we can get builds and a bunch of stuff going on the channel. The motor is done. It's going to get shipped down probably next week sometime. Everything seems to be going okay, so I'm sure something's going to happen, like one of my cars catch on fire or something. Because when things are going well, something comes in and throws a wrench at the whole situation. So I was on Instagram the other day and just kind of scrolling stuff before I go to bed. And because I'm in the car community, I get to see wonderful videos of guys literally losing their pants and socks and shoes in the middle of a sideshow. Check this out. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, guys, look at his shoes. His shoes. Okay. So this Charger has two people sticking out the shit right here. Driver don't see nothing. And this guy's just using the crosswalk. He's actually probably not even jaywalking. Just minding his own business. And them white shoes exit stage left. And then what I'm blown away by is these guys already wear their pants halfway down their shit. This is like totally awesome. I'm blown away by that stuff. And this was my favorite one. These guys literally went bowling. Then he got a burnout onto the leg. He had a super soaker. This dumb son of a bitch right here had a super soaker, went flying into the crowd. I mean, legs above head. The guy with the pants, the jean shorts, legs above head. Bowling class into the freaking crowd. Then he does a burnout on his what the hell's happening? Now, you could say that I'm a boomer, you could say that I'm old, but never in my life did I ever partake in stupid stuff like that. The moment stupidity started happening, I would leave it. I would just straight up leave. I'm like, okay, these guys are acting up. Let me get out of here before the cops come. And they just blanket grab everybody. Everyone gets a ticket for participating in the activity. So I'm out of there. Like anytime a fight would break out at a meet, it was really rare. Like an argument is one thing. Like if you go to a meet, there's an argument. Okay, cool. Cooler heads prevail. You know, you get them later. But when fights started happening at meets, and I want to say maybe 2012 and up, 2013 and up is when I really started noticing. And maybe that's because people did it for the clout. They're on social media constantly wanting attention. Like I saw a guy's Audi burn down. He could have dropped the phone. Thrown dirt in the engine bay. A lot of dirt. And at least saved his car because the car was a little bit on fire because it blew up. So he's like, oh man, my car blew up. Oh man, look at this. Then he's getting a shirt or something. Oh man, I can't, man, it's over. Oh, then there's a little fire. There's a little tiny fire under the hood. Oh, it's stupid. Then cut to him filming himself crying with the Audi on fire in the background. And I'm like, Are you that? I don't even know the word to use. Do you want to be famous that bad that you're willing to let your car burn and you see it on TikTok or Instagram and you're crying? Young kid, I get it. My GT500 had a transmission leak fall on the header. I saw an orange flame. Jake and I threw about 5 pounds of dirt in the engine bay. And to this day, there is still dirt in the freaking engine bay. Like, I remember I was cleaning it the other day, getting it ready for the motor, and I'm like, there's still dirt here from that time that I saved it. And I think the same people that drift, the same people that cloud chase, the same people that stance, the same people that Starlight Headliner, the same people that do that, they're all the same guy. Clout chasing weirdos that go to these weird off-putting events and just want to do it for the gram and just want to be seen. Whereas people like us, we didn't want anyone bothering us. We didn't want to post where the roads are. How many of you guys knew that knew a spot in your town that was badass drag racing spot, and all you guys do is go there and just race and have a good time? And then some punk showed up and said, yo, we here at blah, blah, blah. And now that spot is junk. Now that spot has been put on the radar. Every asshole goes there because he knows there's a little bit of prep, and he holds his own event there, does a sideshow, does crap. There used to be spots everywhere in Massachusetts where you can go and get a racing. The flats. You used to be able to go to the trophy place up by Ingleside. You used to be able to go to South Holyoke. You used to be able to go to Chicopee. You used to be able to go to, I forget the name of the place in Connecticut, Berlin Turnpike. And you can go out there and have a Memorial Drive, Berlin Turnpike, Route 5. Those guys are gone because people started telling and back in the day, the import guys, once the import guys learned of the spot is done. Now that's not the case because import guys now generally tend to race. Generally, I am very happy to see all-wheel drive Civics, hopped up Evos, Subarus, even though they explode, but at least they are racing. Gone are the days where you look at an import guy and go, that guy's the problem. You know who's the problem now? The Charger guy, the Challenger guy, the S550 guy. Yes, the domestic car guy is more responsible for ruining spots than any import guy. So stop talking crap on import people. When Gen Zers go to a spot, the moment you see fluorescent lighting under the car, you know it's game over. That shit died in 90-something, and for whatever reason, it's back. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to that meet. I'm not going to that meet. I'm not going to that meet. The last couple of meets I went to in Texas when I lived there, TX2K, were so freaking legit. But then you started seeing people doing burnouts in the parking lot, doing dumb stuff, blowing up the spot. And the parking lot was full of Corvette guys, Camaro, Mustang guys with drag setups ready to rock and roll. Then the guys started showing up and doing burnouts. And now that it's its own event. Imagine you go to a sideshow and a drag race breaks out. That'll never happen. It'll never happen where you go to a sideshow and a drag race breaks out. So sideshows and Gen Zers are directly responsible for killing good spots in street racing because now they're making legislation that says if you street race, they don't differentiate from sideshows to drag racing. If I race someone down my street, I'll go to jail just as if I was setting up, and I'll lose my car, just as if I was setting up a sideshow. They don't differentiate. They're not going to go, no. These guys aren't doing sideshows. These guys are regular racers, putting prep down, having a good old time, racing for some money, doing a cash days. No. Leave them alone. No, they go, there is a burnout happening. It's the same as a sideshow with Pookie and everybody else that's doing sideshows, ruining everything.
I like to fuck them in the air. Track house. They got Timmy on the turn up in the. I like to fuck.
I'm just kind of done with the whole street scene nowadays. I just do my own thing. I shut up. I make polls for you guys. I get data for you guys and for me, and I enjoy my hobby by myself. And maybe 2 or 3 guys that are legit guys that are into racing. Someone like a Nick Santarpia, Jeremiah Camp, Jake, old school racer that still gets after once in a while on the street, but nothing organized, because if you organize it, they're going to treat you exactly as if you're in a sideshow. So let's talk about the article where CNBC talks about Chevy, or GM, let's just say General Motors, partners up with Tesla to do the same thing that they did with Ford and allow them to use the charging stations. GM to use Tesla charging network, joining Ford and leveraging the EV leader's tech. So Tesla's doing really smart stuff. Tesla's basically saying, we are going to allow you guys to use our chargers so that your customers could see what a real EV car looks like. GM will follow its crosstown rival Ford in partnering with Tesla to use the electric vehicle leader's North American charging network and technologies. Under the deal, GM vehicles will be able to access 12,000 Tesla's fast chargers using an adapter into Detroit's automaker EV charging app starting next year. GM, like Ford, will be also installing charging port used by Tesla known as the NACS, or the North American Charging Standard, instead of the current industry CCS in its EV starting in 2025. GM CEO Mary Barra told the CNBC Phil LeBeau on Thursday that as a result of the deal, the automaker expects to save up to $400 million, as previously announced, $750 million investment in building our EV charging. Now, this must piss off many people, namely the government. Now, the issue I think the government is going to have is a private entity has a way better charging network than the Electrify America network, proving that when you want something done right, you got to let the market do it. And Tesla, along with Elon Musk, built the absolute best charging network. It is pretty damn revolutionary, guys. If you go to some of these charging networks, they're legit. Some of them have their own stores. Some of them have Starbucks. Some of them have legit malls surrounding the infrastructure that is the charging network. So the government is, I guarantee, going to be a little mad about that because GM and Ford are union shops, union companies. Tesla is not. So now two major car manufacturers kowtowed and said, we can't do it with the Electrify America network because it isn't good enough because it's basically subsidized. So is Tesla. Don't get me wrong. So is Tesla. But a guy that has no union support has the best charging network on the planet. So what does the government do? You can't mandate GM and Ford to take their EV stuff and tone it down and use the Electrify America network. You want the best chargers, and the best chargers are Tesla chargers. Well, let's make a very easy leap. If the best chargers are Tesla chargers, wouldn't you think the best EVs are Tesla EVs? That's what's going to happen. It's going to drive up sales because the Tesla vehicle is a better EV than anything Ford and GM can make. They cannot compete in this space. I repeat, GM, Ford cannot compete in this space. Maybe BYD with their Chinese cars come over here and offer a $25,000 to $35,000 EV, changes everything. But as of now, a Model 3 and a Y are their best sellers in the United States. And you're going to have Ford and Chevy next to them, and they're going to talk. They're going to tell me about this tech. Tell me about this infotainment. Tell me about self-drive. Oh my God, I got to get one. Screw the GM and Ford EV game, and it will be a money loser for both of them. Understand this. Allowing those two companies to use Tesla chargers will guarantee the downfall of the EV market on those two platforms or those two manufacturers. Bet me. Because what does Ford and GM have that Tesla doesn't? A truck? Cybertruck's coming out. A small EV like the Volt, whatever. The Model 2 is coming out. So Model 2 comes out, Cybertruck comes out. Game over. It's over. Just like that. Just like that. It's one of those things that when you think about it, it is insanely smart playing 5D chess with these guys, whereas Ford and GM think, oh, they're doing us a favor. No. Musk doesn't do anything that doesn't benefit him monetarily. Because at the end of the day, he wants to funnel all that money into SpaceX, get into space, and make that a commercial business via the Starlink stuff. So watch and see Tesla bury GM and Ford's EV game by just allowing them to charge at the stations. Good stuff. That's my sentiment. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm just pretty good at predicting this stuff. I have no inside knowledge, but look, if I have a Ford F-150 truck, Lightning, and it gets 220 miles per charge next to a Cybertruck that runs 1050s and gets 400 miles of charge, what do you think I'm going to, and they both are about the same price? You don't think I'm going to trade my junk ass Lightning in? Stop it. And how much does it cost to switch a Lightning battery? $40,000. Stop it. let's get your questions and we'll talk some stuff. Again, super chats are open. Memberships are open. That's the best way to support the channel. If you want to just make sure that we grow a little bit. By the way, apparently, I was made aware that these are not available anymore. Somebody told me, I saw on Instagram, that said, Alex, do you have the metal ESS badge? I go, yeah. He goes, they're not making them anymore. Are you willing to sell it to me? I go, probably not. I'll probably do a giveaway because I hate selling anything. But apparently these are really difficult to come across because they stopped making them. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do have an ESS tuning metal badge. I might do a giveaway on Tuesday along with maybe a pulley. Who knows? We'll see what the deal is. Oh, who the hell is Palm Beach Ron with the dumbest comment ever? Bring back the other douchebag. The Cybertruck has been pushed back again, and some people haven't been able to get a refund to their allocation. Ford and GM will never catch, dude. Elon must have a ton of people every year making new technology, revision, and tech. Yes, so so if you were an engineering student, and you out of college, or if you're an engineer, I guarantee you've applied or know other engineers that have applied to Tesla and SpaceX. According to Elon Musk, the amount of applications, I think they received like 5,000 a year, and there's only like a couple hundred positions. And if you're an engineering student, and not forget the car, they're coming out with this fucking robot. They were going to come out with a humanoid style robot, cars, constant innovation. They sell electric motors. They sell little actuators. Tesla is not just a car company. Tesla is like a mothership that just produces a bunch of stuff. And engineers that want to be at the forefront of the most, it's Cyberdyne. It's Cyberdyne. Like Cyberdyne, if you know anything about Terminator, is Cyberdyne Systems was the company that developed all of the pneumatics and the electronics and the AI that actually was responsible for the Terminators being built. I think Tesla is Cyberdyne because they're dabbling in AI. What do you think self-drive is? What do you think self-drive is? Self-drive is artificial intelligence at its highest form. Think about it. There is a vehicle that weighs 4,000 pounds that propels itself through highways that are not mapped. It doesn't have a previously mapped. It goes by street, size, sensors, detects humans, detects cars, detects speed, detects animals, detects a bunch of little things in real time and reacts in real time. And it is supposedly, in terms of statistics, safer than a average human driving. That is AI. So imagine you take that AI and put it in a humanoid robot. You can make that motherfucker jerk you off. You can make him make you popcorn, cook a meal, whatever the hell, as long as it generally understands its surroundings. So an engineer that wants to be on electronics, cars, pneumatics, motors, batteries, you name it, you get a job at Tesla. You're going to have 800 things to work on. Do you know the grid fins? The grid fins on the Falcon rockets and the booster, the super heavy booster in Boca Chica, the grid fins that steer the rocket back down, those are Tesla motors. Those are Tesla electric motors that actuate the grid fins. And they're ridiculously fast. And you know what they're going to do when it comes to gimbaling the engines in the super heavy booster? Electric motors. They're going to get rid of the hydraulic gimbaling. Gimbaling means the steering of the center engines on the boosters, because rockets can steer themselves based on the engine gimbaling. They're going to switch it over to electric. So it is Cyberdyne. It is literally probably the most advanced company there is out there when it comes to engineering or mechanical engineering. Pretty amazing stuff when you think about it. You think Ford and GM have any shot at competing against that? Not a chance in the world. Cyberdrone is when Google buys Boston Dynamics, right? AI is one step away from being hyphy. Graduated high school about a year ago, and my last year in auto class, and they were in the process of switching curriculum to focus towards electric cars. Exactly, AI-controlled sideshows. What kind of programming do I have to do to get an AI to suck the bitch up? Alex, off topic, but did you see the UFO crash? Doesn't, guys, that's a distraction. It doesn't matter. It's a distraction. Who gives a fuck? Trump is getting indicted. Distraction. Biden, it literally has information against him that he took money from Burisma. There's a whistleblower that literally showed them, hey, these guys took $5 million. Oh, there's aliens. Don't even worry about aliens. Don't even worry about that shit. Focus on what matters. The movie Extinction is a great warning. AI drift brake on the SpaceX rocket. GM boys say they got a NASCAR motor. Tesla boys say they got a rocket parts on their EV. Yeah, look, I think it's great that we live in this era. If you would have told 25-year-old Alex, that's 20 years ago, 2003, that in 20 years we would have rockets that land themselves consistently, self-driving cars, and guys with mustaches giving milk to babies, I would have been like, no fucking way. That's crazy.
The baby has been able to latch, but I've not been able to produce any milk. But okay.
Yeah, but here we are. Up is down. Down is up. Bizarro world. But I think if you're an engineering student, you definitely have to cater towards what the future is. And the future is, it's an electric future. Now, of course, there's going to be ICE cars forever. Just like there's horses now, there's going to be ICE cars forever. Horses are still used. They're raced. They're recreationally used. They're used for work. It will be a thing. Cars won't go extinct. It's just a matter of price, who can afford an ICE vehicle, who can afford to, maintain it when it becomes difficult to maintain them. It's just going to become a specialty thing. In about 25 to 30 years, you're going to start seeing people like me who still have a Fox, who still have a ZR1, who still have a ICE vehicle. It's going to become super niche because everybody out there is going to be messy with electric stuff. 5 years ago, we didn't have this technology. And you know how, I forget, there's a word that describes how fast technology advances in every year. Like if you think about how big the computer was that was responsible for the Apollo missions versus the chip that runs this phone. And that's 50 years. So what will we look like in 30? Crazy. Exactly. In about 50 to 100 years, we'll be in the history books, right? I thought it was a terrible human being a millennial, but you're absolutely right. Gen Z is pretty bad with the sideshows to take over. I think millennials, it's our fault. It's our fault. Gen X, us, me, is raising is raising Gen Z. And you can't look at Gen Z and go, you guys are stupid, what's wrong with you? You got to look at their parents. Who's teaching these kids dumb shit? Yes, I think it is Moore's Law. I got some smart people on this chat. Let me look it up. You guys are good. Moore's Law is the observation that the number of transistors in an integrated circuit doubles about every 2 years. Moore's Law is an observation and a projection of a historical trend rather than law of physics. It is an empirical relationship linked to gains from experience in production. The observation is named after Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Fairchild Semiconductor and Intel and former CEO of the latter, who in 1965 posited a doubling every year in the number of components per integrated circuit and projected that this rate of growth would continue for at least another decade. In 1975, looking forward to the next decade, he revised the forecast to doubling every 2 years. Whoa. So in 30 years, the computing capacity is going to be ridiculous, and we're going to have things that we couldn't even think about. But again, back to Gen Zers. Gen Zers are the way they are because of Gen Xers. I didn't want to have any kids because I don't want kids. I don't want to raise kids in this bullshit. The bullshit that's out there, the the gender, the misgendering, the telling it. When I was 2, I thought, oh, what the hell? Like, not, it wasn't a gender thing. It was like, I wanted to become, I forget, my dad mentioned it to me one time. Rest in peace, Dad. He said that you wanted to be a bird, right? A bird. You think now if you say, I want to be a bird, oh, well, let's grow some feathers and make a beak out of your bones because you need to affirm you're a speciesist if you don't allow them to become a bird. This is stupid. I don't want this. I don't want to raise a kid in this bullshit. Fuck out of here. Horses were a couple of $100 back in the 30s, 50s. Now they can go up to $25,000. Same for ICE vehicles. 2020 Mustang and 2085 will be $250,000. Business started by older generations are selling because the younger generation isn't continuing. I'm embarrassed to be in this generation. Gen Z checking in. Shoot me, Joe. If I knew what I knew before I had kids, I may as well not have had any. Everyone goes, like when I was single, people would say, how come you don't want to have kids? And I go, look. My responsibility on children ends at the home. The moment this kid goes to school, whether I'm able to afford a private school or not, he is now in the world at, let's say, 6 years old and up. And the world is going to influence him way more than I would. At home, I can be the guiding principal, the man of the house, his hero, his focal point. But at the end of the day, the indoctrination that's happening out there, with teachers telling you, look, when I was in 6th grade, my teacher said that there is global cooling. And I went home to Dad. And I went, Dad, the planet's freezing. My teacher said the planet's freezing. And he's like, so what do we do about it? I go, I don't know. Now they're trying to tell you the planet's hot as hell. Meanwhile, Obama buys yet another waterfront property. And we've talked about this. I don't want to come home from work. And this kid has homework. And it says 8 plus 2 equals what? And I go, 10, motherfucker. Show your work. Okay, 8 plus 2 on that 8 is 10. No! You have to, that's old math. That's the time of the long, long ago. We need Common Core. You need to show the work properly. First, stick a dildo up your ass. Second, do you like it? Third, deduct 2 from pi. And after you deduct 2 from pi, add pi back in. After pi is added in, take the 8, cut it in half. Then cut it in half again. Then cut it in half 3 more times. What do you get? I would go to the teacher and go, what the fuck are you teaching my kid? I don't want to have kids. The world is fucked up. I'm good. Bro, I'm afraid my kid's going to start having sideshows, but Alex attacks money. Hard to find a woman with no kids. Exactly. And, women now think they can have kids. That's the other thing. Let's talk up. We want to talk dating channel stuff. That's the other thing with Gen Zers, right? Gen Zers were probably had later in life by women. Bear with me. Women are selfish as shit nowadays. They want to have a career. They want to have it all. And they think that at 38, once those things are like California raisins, once their eggs are like California raisins, they think, well, now I can have a kid. I can have a kid in my late 30s. My generation had kids at 20, 20, kid. Now they're like 35, 38, 42. Kid comes out pretty retarded. Sorry. That's just what's happening. Women are having kids later because they want to have a career. And by the time they hit 28 or so, they start thinking about potentially having kids. And those are the women I say were in the danger zone. That's right. 28 to 32 are women in the danger zone. If you're a single man, 28 to 32, and a woman wants to get with you, she wants to have kids. When she should have had them in the early 20s. Now these Gen Zers come out, they go, oh, for real. For real? For real? Stupid? What the fuck does that even mean? For real? For real? I see FR. What the fuck's FR? For real? For real? Oh, you don't get it. You're right. My mom had me when she was 20. Your mother had you when she was 45. And she had IVF. Fuck me. Maybe that's the reason. I got 2 girls. They're amazing. Here we go. Here we go. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Alex, you can't blame me. Well, you got. I'm not even going to read the fucking thing. I would have given my daughters for it. I'm not talking about you. You got good kids. Good for you. I'm saying generally, if mothers had kids when they were at the peak of their fertility, they wouldn't be going to sideshows. Stop it. Those female eggs are cooking kids with a turvy amount of chromosomes. I was 22 with an unexpected when you know you ain't wearing a Jimmy. Los huevos están viejos. Ese nene va a salir retardado. Alex, my boss had launch control integrated into the cruise control button stock, and now that I'm tuned, it seems to be disabled. Is it possible to get this feature back? Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm 24 and I can't intellectual conversation with Gen Z MF. Listen to this. I'm 24 and I can't intellectual conversation with any Gen Z MF. For real, for real. For real, for real. What the fuck did he just say? Oh, shit, son. My grandma pushed 18 kids. My grandmother pushed 10. My mother had 3. Now, bitches be like, I'm going to have a career. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to be independent. Why can't I find a man to fuck me and have kids? Because men don't want an independent bitch. Men want a dependent bitch. Oh, barefoot and pregnant. I don't know. You're popping out these Gen Zers that are going to sideshows losing their fucking pants. I think we did okay back in the day having kids early on. Granddad's pull-out game was atrocious. It would be hard for them to have a kid with a Hellcat spins around and smacks them in a sideshow, right? Are pregnant women going to sideshows? I got Tickins and they all drive 3 VSs. Okay, for real, for real. Alex really reminded me of that dude in the Need for Speed movie. Damn, I'm 27, just had a stroke. Amory, my bad. I dropped my chromosome. No, you added one. Garf says, I love 3rd grade. Best 2 years of my life. Look, I think it's societal. I think the issue with the modern car guy is a societal issue. Now it's not a crime to steal, right? You can literally go to Lululemon and they got guys' shirts too. It's not just badass girls leggings that are $100. Ask me how I know. You can literally go there and steal because the CEO goes, hey, don't chase people that simply want leggings. So imagine me growing up, being able to steal candy at will. Let him steal. I would think I am owed everything. What do you mean? I've grown up stealing stuff from Lululemon, the grocery store. Good, I steal. So society says stealing's cool. It's legit. So what happens when you enable that in an adult or that behavior all the way through their teens into adulthood? Do you think they'll have respect for anybody's property? Do you think if you go to a meet and you have a shined up car and some guy for the gram, for TikTok, whatever, selfies him sitting on your car, like what you gonna do? You know what needs to happen? Guys need to get smacked up. We need to bring smacking the shit out of motherfuckers back because guys don't do that no more. I'm blown away by how society allows guys to get away with literally murder. And then they're blown away that they're terrible adults. A Lululemon shirt is like $200 exactly. Chicks getting mommy makeovers after one kid, half hot girl summers exactly. Like I love women when I was dating that were like How come you don't want to go out with me? You got 2 kids and you got chopped up. You look like Babs. You don't know who that is. I'm showing my age. But you look like a beautiful hourglass figure in a dress. And you literally look like Frankenstein when you take your top off. Looking, una cicatriz, I'm good. And then they're like, well, I'm a high value woman. No, you ain't. And your kid's going to come out fucked up. Stop it. You get adults that need high velocity lead in their life. I love scanning a PS5 as a Twix bar at a self-checkout. Did someone steal the multi-tune idea? No, that's PCM tech. That's PCM tech stuff. That's PCM tech. Motherfuckers get smacked by cars. Motherfuckers get smacked by cars at Sideshows and still show up next week. It's not working. Really? Wow. Yeah, that's the other thing. Turuviati Racing actually has a point. He goes, then the next step is vagrant breaking into your house and they want to come cuddle and make sandwiches. First thievery, then fellatio the hobo. Of course he talks about blowing a homeless man. Of course Turvey comes in and starts talking about blowing a homeless man. I don't know. They use California raisins to have easier time to slide in on the ops. Alex, why does Cooks need my car's VIN number for me to buy a product? Ooh. Why do you think that is? This sounds like a registry cops use later while scanning plates. They won't sell headers without a VIN, even if it's a pro mod. Now you understand what the cause and effect side of things. The EPA scaring everyone into submission, into compliance. They fine you into compliance. So now people like Cooks goes, we need your VIN number. Why do you think a lot of tuning companies went to a online situation? Why do you think a lot of companies need to have an internet connection? Do you think it's because it's easier? Do you think it's because it's easier? It's easier to open a laptop and slam your tune in the bitch. Why do we need to have it all in the cloud? Interesting. They need to get smacked harder. I'm pretty sure we're related. I think just like you. The hobo can rub his number 2 while he's doing it. Sideshows is sponsored by Paul Blanco's Fresh Start program. The woman is 35 looking for a baby daddy with stacks of credit card debt. Toothless gums on the tat. Heyo. Sick Week sponsored by Cook's Headers. Right. Look, Sick Week, and you guys might really hate me, and maybe Sick Week competitors and Tom Bailey and all these guys might go, oh, I don't get what the big deal is. You are giving self-snitchers a platform. These guys don't know what they're doing. Do you know there's shops out there that have no idea what's happening? Do you know there's shops out there that have they're clueless. Wait, what? I can't put an off-road exhaust on my 2020 Mustang and drive it 1,000 miles through the countryside with a registration on it? That's illegal? Yes! I live in Florida. No emission state. I ain't leaving this. You think if I drive my vehicles in any, like, I would never drive in California, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut. That's about it. Those are the most crazy. It's Oregon, Washington, because they're liable to pull you over because it's a little loud. And hey, what's going on underneath there? No, I'm good. There are people that literally have no idea what's going on that drag week. You have a modern day. You have anything over 1968, I think. And if it's later than 1968, meaning 69 and up for the dum-dums, and you are driving on the street registered with turbos sticking out of the hood, you can get popped by the EPA. And if you're even dumber and you have your shop name plastered on the side of your car with a wrap, and you're doing that, you're even more stupid. All an EPA agent has to do is go, let me turn on Sick Week. Oh, blah, blah, blah's garage, blah, blah, blah fabrication, blah, blah, blah performance, blah, 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 factory, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Hey, Steve, let's get this machine going. We need to send RFIs, request for information forms, to the following shops. Blah, 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 blah. And then you're done with sick week. You come home, you tear your car apart because it's all jacked up, and you get a letter in the mail. And you go, what's this? An RFI? What's an RFI? Yeah, we'd like to know every part you have ever bought in the last year. We need to know the customer names. You need to have all this record ready to go. And if you do not comply, it is subject to fines. Well, what did you do different in the last month that you didn't do in the last 20 years? You went to sick week and you drove your car around with your shop name plastered on the side of it. Congratulations. Congratulations. You stupid son of a bitch. Stupid. And again, do I enjoy watching it? Sure. Unless there's Cletus fans. Cletus fans are AIDS. But he's out, so I can watch in peace. So I see these cars and I go, stop. But only because I am very aware of the EPA situation. I'm insanely aware of the EPA situation. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. If you get popped, you get popped. But if you get popped because you publicly went out there on a live streamed show or live stream thing and shoved it in everyone's face, it's different to have your car with a hood and you can't see what's going on and it's running a number, right? Cars that have a hood have no very obvious modifications, you're good. But if you got two turbos sticking out of your shit, sorry. When can we expect Gen 2 setup videos? Can you stop? Hey David, can you be patient? Can you just relax a little bit and they come when they come? I still haven't done Gen 1 boosted auto. Can you just relax? I have a full-time job. I'm one guy. I can't just slam videos all day down your throat because you want them now. Wait. When it's your turn, great, listen up. If you're in a rush, go listen to someone else. I mean, there's plenty of guys out there that know so much about these platforms. I see supercars racing up 8th Ave in New York City all the time. Can we find Canada because I'm sucking smoke for the last 48 hours? Look, you know why I don't care about what's happening in Canada? Because I'm very far from it. If you're in the north, northeast, Michigan, all that crap, it's your own fault for staying up there. Get the hell out of there. There's nothing up there. The northern states are done. They're dead. They're dead. There's nothing up there in the car community. Oh, but I grew up here and I went to college here and I met my sweetheart here in high school. Shut up. Move. Register the car in a different county and drive back to Houston easy. I would love to rep companies that I got my parts from for my track-only race car, but they're cop magnets. But what if they're PIR exempt, right? I saw someone else is not offering. Guys, that is a PCM tech feature. My God. It's like offering SCT tunes. That's it. The tuner doesn't actually do anything but hit a couple of buttons. The funny thing is that Lund developed a lot of that stuff. That's what still pisses me off to this day, but whatever. A fuel pump is a defeat device because it's commonly bought with superchargers. You live, Cletus. I'm out, gents. Have an excellent evening. Keep it real, Alex. Z-Works. Thank you. Alex, when can you teach us how to drive manual in a black 2012 Mustang GT? Right. People are crazy. Hey, Alex, I appreciate you guys being enthusiastic about me supporting certain platforms and talking about certain platforms. I get that. But guys, I'm only one guy. Like I can, and if you go back on my videos, I have talked about this nonstop. I talked about 6R80. You can go to Donnie's videos. You can go to VMP videos. You can go to the VMP Live. I've talked about this for 6 years. And people are like, when are you going to do a video on this? I'm like, you could literally watch all of my shows that I've always done forever and go, there, Alec gave me the recipe. The reason I'm doing standalone videos is because you guys are impatient. You guys want specific information for 10 or 12 minutes. You don't want to listen to a 1.5 hour-long live stream where I regurgitate the same information 15 times. But I'll do it. Beautiful lakefront houses for $300,000. Yeah, okay. It snows. Nothing beautiful about that. Got to check with family before you go to Hawaii. Oh, you're not saying Hawaii right. It's Hawaii. What about there in Cali? Have a shop name on the car on street race with their face on video. Smart. Look, California is 5 years behind everything. Like, California is 5 years. You would think that the birthplace of hot rodding would be up on new stuff. Tuners out there talking about data that we put out 5 years ago. And I'm like, bro, you're 5 years behind. In like 3 minutes, I'll give you everything. Right, exactly. MT82 for life. Alex, when will the Ultima Build series come out? Frozen Lake House. Right. Oh, the beautiful lake house for $300,000 for 3 months out of the year. See, a lot of people are flexing now because it's June. But what happened 3 months ago? You were hating life. You're hating life. It's freezing. Meanwhile, I was at the beach in January. Stop it. Alex, we get it. You can't ski. Actually, I can. Unnecessarily sticking engine parts out of the hood is the most AIDS try hard thing you can do. Alex, can you tell me how to make hash brown? Damn, I'm late. Sup, everyone. So, when you watch these cars in Sick Week, the white convertible notch, no stacks, just everything's under the hood. You know, badass car, 6-second car. Everything is under. I love you. Everything's under the hood. Aerodynamically proper, tucked. You don't see no stack, nothing. You don't need to see nothing. It just goes. Then you see what seems to be a Triumph with half of the engine out of it, and it's an LS. It's not like a Mountain Motor 600 cubic inch something. It's a freaking 6.2 LS with turbos, and it's all out of the. It's out. The motor mounts are by the fenders, and I'm like, what are you trying to do? I can't watch that stuff. It's like ever since Homeboy started putting stuff out of the hood, every dumb son of a bitch puts stuff out of the hood. And I appreciate that because now I can spot the retards a lot easier. You can drive your hot rod year round here, exactly. Hey, bro, I have a Roush Mustang with a code 308. Spark plug injectors, did a crank wheeler, and still getting the code, random times, idles, drives well. Carlos Ramirez, check the wiring, check the injector, check the plug, check the coil. If you've changed everything and done a crank wheeler and you get a PO308, right out, brother. Do you have, I even hate to ask this, do you have a watt box or a MST two-step? Because that'll throw misfire codes too. It's just as bad as seeing new diesel trucks with hood stacks. Correct. In Florida, you see these stupid yee retards that are 24 years old, and it has a 4-inch exhaust, then to like a 12-inch exhaust tip. And I'm like, I hope that thing has a runaway condition one of these days, and it just burns down in front of your face, and you could put it up on TikTok instead of putting it out. Turbos coming out the hood is still less gay than a Holley manifold, OTR intake, and no hood. Absolutely. The gayest setup is any Holley or CJ with no hood. You angled your radiator because you're a retard. You angled your radiator so that you can put an OTR on it because you think it's going to make more power with an OTR. Meanwhile, every single test we've done in the history of tests says that a PMAS fender well flows just as good. Alex, what's a good gear ratio for a Fox body running a 2J Turbo 400 28-inch tires for a quarter-mile setup? In your opinion, 355 or 373s, depending on how much power it's making. My GT500 weighed 3,500 pounds, Turbo 400, 373s, and it made 1,100 horsepower. 28-inch tire. Corvette guys with no hood and Holley as tall as the roof. Turbos out the hood is like a person with pronoun bracelets. Hey, that's what you get when you no emission state, Alex. Lower boost, Alex. What I hate now is anytime someone doesn't have a turbo sticking out somewhere, it gets called a sleeper. Right. Look at this Fairmont sleeper, and it's got 2 cutout holes in the fender. The gayest shit I've ever seen. Sorry. I'm one of these weirdos that I don't think you should hack your shit up. Like, make holes so you have a big, nasty exhaust trail on your paint. That's lazy. It looks, and it sounds like crap. Like when you have the banks separately firing off on opposite sides of the car, have you ever seen a Coyote with fender exits and it sounds like absolute trash? Oh, who cares about how it sounds? Well, I do. Call me crazy. I love when a car has maybe one common exhaust, maybe like a big single. And I think that's why that white notch sounds so good. Let's go watch it. Let me see. Now I got to go watch it. So it was sick week. Clears out problems. Yeah. Steve Morris is not having a good week. He is not having a good week, bro. His cars, his engines are like not performing well. I mean, they're running fast, but then stuff is breaking, which is racing. I get it, but bro, if I was Steve, I wouldn't be happy right now. I'd be pretty pissed off. So let me go look for that white notch. I think the Sick Summer first race, Sick Summer Day 1, it went up pretty early in Cordova. Is it Cordova? Let me see. It went up pretty early, and it was riding, bro. And it was a single turbo notch. What the hell is this? Okay, let me see if I can find it. Is this it? No, that's a Camaro. I don't want to get copyrighted because, you know, the moment I do it, they're going to copyright my crap. And it's just like, come on, relax, bro. Okay. Come on. It was like a 680 pass from that notch. Oh, there it is. Is that him?
So, that's way better than heads-up drag racing.
Okay, here we go. So this guy, I forget his name. Oh, he's being interviewed by this guy, and the guy interviewing is just god awful, like so bad. Nice guy, but it's just that's not your wheelhouse, bro. Like talking is not your wheelhouse. I don't know where the hell this car is. It is so badass. If anyone knows a timestamp so I can like not waste my time, but show me a run that car made, and it is a single turbo car, nothing sticking out of the hood, big block Chevy, getting it done, and I'm like, that sounds so nice, doesn't it? True dual on a Coyote sounds off. Need an H or an X. Clean it with 100 psi of converter pressure. Yeah. Covered engine bay and tailpipes. You can't get much better than that. Alex, do you have any preference on axles, S550, 850 horse? G-Force. Look, at 850 horse, DSS or G-Force, but I'm a G-Force guy. I like them very much. Went like 6.7 at 208. Yeah, if you guys can find or send me a link, I want to hear that car. That car, you look at it, and it's a 6-something car. Nothing sticking out of the hood, nothing. Dion Vanderhoff. Okay, let's look up Dion Vanderhoff. Crazy that his name doesn't come up on YouTube. Mustang? Nope, doesn't come up. Wow, that blows my mind. Vanderhoff convertible Mustang. There you go, maybe. Yeah, Devin. He said Dion. It's Devin Vanderhoff. Let me see if there's another one. World Cup Finals. Oh, Jesus. This one. Yep, look at it. So look at this car. It does have a pipe sticking out of the fender. Or two. I don't know. I think it has one. So this was in World Cup. Or at World Cup. In World Cup. Stupid Spanish. Stupid Hispanics coming out. Let me lower the volume a lot. Yeah, this car. Oh my God, you're fucking sponsors! Jesus Christ. Fucking idiots. Visuals. It's like listening to a rap song. The rap song starts and the fucking producer is like, Música de Harry Fries. Yeah, Metro Boomin wants some more. Shut up. God damn it, just play the fucking song. Don't give a fuck who produced it. Fucking asshole. God damn it, bro. Look at this. Oh, bro, stop. That bitch is bad. Let me see. Oh my God, stop it with the dumb Who is this guy with the visuals? Burn down. Shut up. Jeez, look at that thing go. And he let off 140 for 732 and 144. Homeboy let off at the 8th, bro. Metro Boomin. This guy's Jesus. The amount of stupid graphics they put up. Just show the video. And guys, when you post a video on TikTok, we don't need to see the burnout. We don't care about the burnout. Who cares that he did a burnout? Start the video when he's staging. Okay? I see you guys post up a 3-minute video of a 6-second pass when it needs to be 10 seconds long. Ran the number. You guys get the burnout, the backup, the purging, the talking, the opening and closing of the door. What the hell are you doing? In and out. Let's go. You lose me once you do that. If I see a car video and a burnout is the first thing I see, I'm gone. Alex, why are you so mad? Devin is a white dude. Nice ones are Mexicans. Thank you much. Appreciated the info. Greatly appreciate it. Got you. Not that Tony Hawk Underground font. Bro, I don't know what the hell. That was like Monster Energy font. Burn down. Oh, like who the hell gets excited for a burn down? Do you think I go to a track and I go, you think you're going to see a burn down today? I don't know. I hope I see 10 of them. If we see 10 burn downs, that'd be so sick. Like a burn down isn't like watching a grand slam in baseball. Or a badass dunk. It is a time waste. One of you is scared. And if you're a badass, stage that bit. If you're a badass and you can beat the other guy, you don't need to play mind games. So get up there. Stage the piece of shit if you're such a badass. No, you need to play mind games with a motherfucker. I can't wait to go to a drag race and watch 3 burn downs. And you could see the people in the stands don't know what's happening. They're like, no one's staging. And then the guy at the starting line is like, we got a burn down! Ah! Yeah, we got a burn down! And no one gives a fuck. My stock unopened, don't care. I hope I see 2 cars sit there for 5 minutes. Man, what do you think is going to happen today at the testing tune? I don't know, but if 2 cars sat there for 5 minutes and ran out of fuel before they stage, that'll make my night. It's stupid. I love watching the old pro stock burnouts where the starter disqualifies both. Burn down, hell yeah! Yeah, like he gives them 3 warnings. It's like, nobody wants to stage, so both of y'all are scared because both of y'all play mind games. No, you don't have nerves of steel, bitch. You're just a bitch. Get up there and stage. Shut up. I think to move it along, burn downs should be, listen to me, illegal. That's right. Make burn downs illegal. Don't be a bitch. Stage that shit. Like a pitch clock, like a time, in basketball, they have a time of possession, a possession clock. So after your burnout and you stop, clock starts, bitch. There's a 30-second clock. Stage now. If you don't stage, both of you are disqualified. Get the fuck out of here. That moves things along. No, I got to purge my bottle for 700 years. You mean you couldn't bring to the proper pressure while you were in the staging lanes? You don't see your bottle pressure? Psst, 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 psst. Fucking asshole stage. Yeah, Warren Johnson burned down's right. Like, I remember one time there was 2 guys, not wanting to stage because they're pussies. And they're like, because drag racing's gay. Okay, sorry. Drag racing's gay. So these two guys didn't want to stage because they're pussies. Burn downs are part of the sport. Okay. Stupid. The sport that's dying and tracks are closing all over the place. Meanwhile, no prep is more popular than ever. No prep is ridiculously popular. And you're talking about burn downs on like heads up drag racing in a professional manner. Get out of my life. Look at Clear. He lost at 682 times because he waited more than 1 second. Okay. What do you mean? Again, I don't watch that motherfucker, man. In my opinion, 10 seconds to stage or you get a DNF. Guys, you should see me drag race. You think I'm psycho. I go, click. I'm there. Oh, you gotta let the temperature come down to the temperature. You're playing mind games. You're not racing. Racing is not mind games. Racing is my car is faster than yours. I don't need to burn you down. I don't need to do anything except beat you to the end. And if you are delaying in any way, shape, or form our race, you are scared. It isn't manly. It is scared pussy shit if you don't stage immediately. Alex, you don't get it. You're right. Like, how long does it take for a Top Fuel car to stage after the burnout? And he backs up. And I'm saying the clock should start when he backs up and stops. Open, do this, that, boom, stage. I got to see that. Let me look that up. Top Fuel. Let me look at that. Let me see. So I'm not going to play it with you guys. Top Fuel race. Top 10 nitros. Oh, no. No. Come on. Fastest car we've ever filmed. Oh, who cares, bro? Jesus Christ. The editing's just terrible. Okay, perfect. This is a good one. This is Clay Millican and Doug Kalita. This was yesterday. Okay, burnout's done. Top Fuel, 2 Top Fuel drag shows. All right, let's fast forward. Okay.
Long time Top Fuel crew chief over on that car in the right lane.
5,
now turns the knobs for
7,
Clay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And Doug Coletta
14.
from Mac Tools, Toyota, Revchem, CMR Roofing and Construction,
19,
Sealmaster,
20,
Mobile One.
23.
Doug is the only Coletta Motorsports car that got out of round number 1.
Stage.
Sitting
30
on 49
seconds.
career win.
30 seconds. 2 Top Fuel funny cars staged in 30 seconds. Don't tell me that Pookie with his square body or his donk needs 15 minutes to do everything he needs to do and purge his nitrous to get one run in, only to then spin and back it up and do it all over again. I saw a dude try to burn down this opponent and it started massive fights between their crews. They have a 1 second rule. He sat there and spooled and was longer than 1 second. No, come on. No car spools up in 1 second. It's at least 3. Like, let's say you pre-stage and then you get it up on the chip. It takes most cars at least 3 to 5 seconds. That doesn't, no, I think that's ridiculous. Puerto Rican editing, exactly. I'm literally counting because I didn't want to get copyrighted because if you show it, it gets copyrighted. That's like 3 runs. But Alex, you got to get the upper hand right. 1, 2, 3 done. Exactly. Pookie's Grand National, right? It's guys that don't like to race love to mess with you mentally. That's not racing. That's not racing. And if you think it's racing, that's why racing's fucked up and that's why tracks are closing all over the place. Because people put weird definitions in racing nowadays. If I go to a track, I do my burnout, and my tire pressure should be good. My bottle pressure, if nitrous equipped, should be already good before the burnout is done. Get up there, stage, and go. Oh, Alex, you don't understand. This is a completely different level. Got it. Cool. 30 seconds it took the top level car to stage. Yeah, definitely not a 1 second rule. Yeah, like no turbo car that I've ever heard of spools in 1 second. I mean, that's like so ideal. It's not even funny. The rule is if you're over 1 second reaction time. Yes. The time over 1 second gets added to your ET. Yes. Pookie is street, but I'm more street up.
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm more street.
Supercharger spools in 1 second. Pookie sprays waters on the ops lane. Lawyer racing. Exactly. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here because I think I went over 10 minutes. Just wanted to give you a little bit of extra on the show because it was a good time. We had about 349 people, 217 likes. I appreciate the people that provided super chats, hit the like button, and share and all that stuff. Today we talked about Tesla getting the upper hand by making GM and Ford use their charging stations, and I think it's going to just help sell Teslas. We also talked about Moore's Law, meaning how technology advances so quickly nowadays that in about 10 to 15 years, ICE might be gone if it keeps advancing the way it's advancing. It is crazy. We talked about AI, engineers going to apply to Tesla and SpaceX in droves because that is Cyberdyne in my opinion. We talked about taking too long to stage, talked about Sick Week, how that can make people literally get requests for information sent to them if they splatter their shop wrap with hoods, with turbos sticking out of the hood. Look, Sick Week is a good way of getting popped by the EPA. So if you want to keep going to Sick Week and shoving it in the EPA's face that you're driving on the street, that's fine. Just as long as you're aware of the consequences, don't be surprised if you get RFIs nonstop because of that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Be on the lookout for the video of outlining 6R80 boosted Gen 1 builds. It'll be pretty heavy and detailed because that's become the most popular, in my opinion, platform to go really fast. I'm not saying 9s, I'm saying like deep 8s and in the 7s quite easily with minimal work. The Gen 1 seems to have a leg up just based on the solid rear axle. Not to say that IRS S550s aren't really getting after it too, but I think you can do a lot more damage with less work on an S197 than an S550. And we'll talk about it. And again, it's just my opinion. I'm not right all the time. I'm just putting opinions out there. All right, I'm going to get out of here Sunday, 9:30 a.m. We'll do some peasant chat and give away some shirts. Then we'll get back after it later on. But before that, I'm sure I'm going to get up here and make a couple of videos outlining Gen 1 Auto 6R80 builds in the future for Coyote stuff. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you guys on Sunday. Bye.